What's up everybody, we are back with another video, and let me tell you, today we're diving deep into the mind of a certified genius. We're talking Leonardo da Vinci. You know him as the painter of the Mona Lisa, but this dude was so much more than just an artist. Da Vinci was a straight-up visionary, a master of engineering, a scientific wizard whose inventions were centuries ahead of their time. In this video, we're gonna unearth 10 of Da Vinci's most mind-blowing lost inventions. Machines that were considered impossible back then, but ended up shaping the world we live in today. Get ready for a wild ride through history, engineering, and some serious what-if moments, because some of these inventions will blow your mind. So buckle up, smash that like button, and let's get this show on the road. Alright, let's kick things off with Da Vinci's lifelong obsession: human flight. This guy was obsessed with birds, studying their every move, sketching their wings, and dreaming of the day humans could soar through the air just like them. Now picture this, it's the late 1400s and there are no airplanes, no helicopters, no hot air balloons. People are stuck on the ground, and the idea of flying is pure fantasy, but not for Da Vinci. He believed humans could fly, and he poured his heart and soul into designing machines that would make it happen. One of his most famous inventions is the ornithopter, a contraption inspired by the flapping wings of birds. Now, we're not talking about some flimsy paper airplane here. Da Vinci's ornithopter was a complex machine with intricate wing designs and a system of pulleys and levers meant to mimic a bird's flight. While the ornithopter itself never took flight, Da Vinci's sketches and ideas laid the groundwork for future aviation pioneers. His meticulous observations of birds and his understanding of aerodynamics planted the seeds for what would become one of mankind's greatest achievements. Think about it. Without Da Vinci's relentless pursuit of flight, would we have ever seen the Wright brothers take to the skies? Would we have airplanes, helicopters, or even space shuttles? It's mind-boggling. Da Vinci's sketches went beyond just birds. He also designed gliders, parachutes, and even early concepts of helicopters, all centuries before they became a reality. He was basically designing the future of flight without even realizing it. His notebooks are filled with detailed drawings and calculations, proving that he wasn't just throwing ideas at the wall. Da Vinci was thinking critically about lift, drag, and aerodynamics, concepts that are still studied by engineers today. So, while Da Vinci might not have invented the airplane itself, his relentless pursuit of flight and his groundbreaking designs undoubtedly set the stage for the future of aviation. Alright, from the skies we're bringing it down to Earth, or should I say, the battlefield. Because up next we've got Leonardo da Vinci's answer to modern warfare, the armored tank. Now imagine yourself back in the 15th century. Warfare is all about swords, shields, and horses. It's messy, it's chaotic, and it's pretty much a recipe for disaster if you're on the wrong side of a charging army. But Da Vinci, ever the visionary, saw a different way to wage war. He envisioned a machine so powerful, so intimidating that it would strike fear into the hearts of enemies and change the face of battle forever. Enter the armored tank. This wasn't your typical medieval contraption. Da Vinci's tank was designed as a heavily armored vehicle shaped like a turtle shell and bristling with cannons on all sides. This thing was built to withstand enemy fire while dishing out some serious firepower of its own. Now here's where Da Vinci's genius really shines through. The tank was designed to move in any direction, thanks to a series of gears and cranks operated by a team of men inside. Talk about a coordinated effort. He even considered the psychological impact of his war machine, incorporating features like angled armor to deflect projectiles and strategically placed cannons to maximize damage. This wasn't just a brute force weapon, it was a masterpiece of strategic thinking. While Da Vinci's tank never made it past the drawing board, likely due to the limitations of 15th century technology, its influence on modern military vehicles is undeniable. The concept of a heavily armored mobile weapons platform is still the foundation of tank design today. So next time you see a tank rolling across the battlefield, remember the visionary who dared to dream it up centuries ago, Leonardo da Vinci, the original tank commander. Alright, so we've seen Leonardo da Vinci's sketches for tanks and flying machines, but what about something a little more, shall we say, down to earth? Something relatable? Get this, Da Vinci envisioned a self-propelled cart, essentially a car, way back in the 1400s. I mean, can you imagine the look on people's faces if a car just rolled down the street back then? Talk about being ahead of your time. Now this wasn't some pie-in-the-sky idea scribbled on a napkin. Da Vinci's notebooks are full of detailed drawings of this cart, showing a complex system of gears, springs, and levers. This thing was designed to move all on its own, no horses required. It's mind-blowing when you think about it. This was centuries before the invention of the combustion engine. Yet here's Da Vinci, doodling plans for a car like it's no big deal. It really shows you the sheer genius of this guy. He was playing around with ideas that wouldn't be fully realized for hundreds of years. He was tinkering with the very concept of autonomous vehicles, something we're still grappling with today. That's Da Vinci for you, always pushing the boundaries of what's possible. So how was this thing supposed to work? Well, Da Vinci's design used a system of coiled springs as the power source. Think of those wind-up toys, but on a much larger, more intricate scale. These springs would be wound up tight, and then their release would drive a series of gears and wheels propelling the cart forward. He even included a steering mechanism and a rudimentary braking system. I mean, the guy thought of everything. It's like he was building this thing in his mind, working out all the kinks and figuring out all the mechanics. He even considered the practical applications. He figured this cart could be used for theatrical displays, like those big dramatic entrances. Can you imagine a giant lion statue rolling onto a stage powered by nothing but springs and gears? The audience would go wild. Unfortunately, as far as we know, Da Vinci's self-propelled cart never made it past the drawing board. Building something this complex with the materials and technology available back then would have been incredibly difficult. But even as a concept, it's a testament to Da Vinci's incredible vision and his understanding of mechanics. From the roads, let's dive into the depths of Da Vinci's imagination. Literally. Get this, Leonardo da Vinci, the guy who painted the Mona Lisa and dreamed up helicopters, also designed a diving suit. That's right, hundreds of years before scuba gear, Da Vinci was imagining ways for humans to explore the underwater world. Now, this wasn't just some whimsical idea. Da Vinci was a practical guy, and he saw the potential military advantages of being able to operate underwater. Imagine being able to sneak up on enemy ships from below, or cutting their anchor cables without them ever knowing you were there. His diving suit design was pretty ingenious for its time. It featured a leather helmet with a glass face mask, allowing the diver to see underwater. The suit itself was made of waterproofed leather, and had tubes connected to a breathing apparatus that floated on the surface. Now, I'm not sure how practical that breathing apparatus would have been in rough seas, but you gotta hand it to him for thinking through the challenges of supplying air underwater. This was centuries before modern diving equipment, and Da Vinci was already tackling these fundamental problems. What's even more amazing is that Da Vinci's diving suit wasn't just a single drawing. He filled pages with sketches exploring different aspects of the design. He designed air tanks, albeit primitive ones made of leather and held together by hoops to withstand the water pressure. He even considered ways to deal with waste disposal. Let's just say his solution involved a system of tubes and a bag. Hey, you gotta consider every detail when you're designing a groundbreaking invention. While his diving suit may seem rudimentary by today's standards, it laid the groundwork for future advancements in diving technology. His focus on waterproofing, air supply, and visibility are all essential elements of modern diving suits. It's a testament to his genius that he was grappling with these challenges centuries before the technology existed to fully realize his vision. Da Vinci's diving suit reminds us that even the most advanced technologies we have today have roots in the imaginative minds of inventors who dared to dream big. Alright, let's switch gears for a second and talk about something a little different. We all know Da Vinci as this artistic genius, the painter of masterpieces, the inventor of crazy contraptions, but he was also a scientist at heart, a guy obsessed with understanding how things work. And one of the things that fascinated him was the strength of materials. He wanted to know how much weight a beam could hold before it buckled, how much tension a rope could withstand before it snapped. Basically, he was a 15th century engineer trying to figure out the limits of stuff. So what did he do? He designed a machine to test it, of course. This wasn't just some simple setup either. Da Vinci's machine was a marvel of engineering in itself. It had a system of weights, levers, and pulleys that allowed him to apply precise amounts of force to different materials. He could test the tensile strength of wires, ropes, pieces of wood, you name it. He was basically conducting early material science experiments, trying to quantify the properties of different substances. This guy was centuries ahead of his time. Now you might be thinking, okay, that's cool and all, but why does it matter? Well, understanding the strength of materials is crucial for any kind of engineering or construction. Whether you're building a bridge, a skyscraper, or even a simple chair, you need to know that the materials you're using can handle the stress. Da Vinci's machine allowed him to test these limits empirically. He wasn't just guessing or relying on tradition, he was using scientific principles to gather data and make informed decisions about his designs. And this approach, this dedication to scientific inquiry, is what made Da Vinci such a visionary. He understood that innovation wasn't just about wild ideas, it was about combining those ideas with a deep understanding of the natural world. His machine for testing tensile strength might not be as flashy as a flying machine or a diving suit, but it represents a fundamental shift in thinking, a move towards a more scientific and data-driven approach to engineering. And that's a legacy that continues to influence how we design and build things today. Buckle up. We're traveling back to meet Leonardo da Vinci's Mechanical Knight, a real automaton from the 1490s. Da Vinci's wild imagination and engineering genius brought this knight to life. Thanks to his detailed sketches, historians have rebuilt it, and it's impressive. The knight could move its arms, legs, and even sit or stand. Da Vinci's creation was centuries ahead of its time, true robotics history. Now you might be thinking, okay, a mechanical knight is cool and all, but what was its purpose? Well, that's where things get even more interesting. Some historians believe that Da Vinci created the mechanical knight for entertainment purposes. Can you imagine being a guest at one of the Duke of Milan's parties and seeing this thing strut its stuff? Talk about a showstopper. Others believe that the mechanical knight may have had a more practical use, perhaps even on the battlefield. Imagine a heavily armored robot marching into battle, striking fear into the hearts of the enemy. It sounds like something straight out of science fiction, but hey, this was Da Vinci we're talking about. Regardless of its intended purpose, the mechanical knight is a testament to Da Vinci's incredible ability to blend art, science, and engineering. He was a master of mechanics, anatomy, and design, and he poured all of that knowledge and passion into this project. The mechanical knight is a shining example of how Da Vinci's inventions weren't just about practicality. They were about pushing the boundaries of what was possible and inspiring generations to come. And that, my friends, is what makes him such a legend. Ready to channel your inner engineer? Let's dive into Leonardo da Vinci's revolving bridge. Da Vinci wasn't just a painter, he was a military engineer too. He designed a portable bridge that could be quickly assembled and moved, letting armies cross rivers fast and outsmart the enemy. The platform rotated, swinging open or closed like a gate. Da Vinci's notebooks are filled with his clever, detailed designs for this game-changing bridge. While the revolving bridge was undoubtedly a brilliant military innovation, its potential uses extended far beyond the battlefield. Da Vinci, ever the visionary, recognized that this portable bridge could also be incredibly useful in civilian life. Imagine, for example, a bridge that could be easily transported and assembled to cross ravines or other natural obstacles. This would have been a game-changer for trade routes, allowing merchants to move goods more efficiently and safely. It could have also been a lifesaver during floods or other natural disasters, providing a temporary crossing when traditional bridges were damaged or destroyed. Da Vinci's revolving bridge, while simple in concept, was revolutionary in its design and potential applications. It highlighted his understanding of not only mechanics and engineering but also of strategy and problem-solving. This bridge is just one example of how Da Vinci's inventive mind constantly sought to improve upon existing technologies and find innovative solutions to challenges faced by people in all walks of life. He was a true Renaissance man, and his legacy continues to inspire us to this day. Alright, aviation enthusiasts, this one's for you. We're diving into Leonardo da Vinci's aerial screw, a flying machine like no other. Imagine a giant corkscrew, not for chocolate but to lift you into the air. Da Vinci was ahead of his time, understanding aerodynamics and dreaming of human flight. Though never built, his sketches reveal a mind obsessed with the science of flight. Now, you might be thinking, okay, a giant corkscrew sounds cool, but how does that relate to modern aviation? Well, believe it or not, Da Vinci's aerial screw is considered by many to be the precursor to the modern helicopter. Think about it. Both machines rely on a rotating airfoil, the screw or rotor blades, to create lift and achieve flight. While Da Vinci's design was rudimentary compared to the complex helicopters we have today, the underlying principle is remarkably similar. Da Vinci's aerial screw, though never built, is a testament to his visionary thinking and his understanding of aerodynamics. It demonstrates his ability to connect seemingly disparate concepts, in this case a simple screw, and the complex principles of flight, to create something truly innovative. His sketches and notes on the aerial screw continue to inspire engineers and inventors to this day, reminding us that even the most outlandish ideas can contain a kernel of genius. And who knows, maybe someday we'll see a modern-day version of Da Vinci's aerial screw take to the skies. Alright guys, buckle up because this next invention is straight out of a medieval siege movie. We're talking about Leonardo da Vinci's giant crossbow. Now when I say giant, I mean giant. This thing wasn't your average backyard toy, it was a colossal weapon of war, meticulously designed to strike fear into the hearts of enemies. Imagine a crossbow so massive it spanned over 80 feet wide. That's like almost 3 school buses parked end to end. Can you imagine the kind of engineering chops it took to even dream this thing up, let alone sketch it out with such detail? And the crazy part is, Da Vinci wasn't just doodling in his notebook, he actually believed this behemoth could be built and used in battle. I mean, we've seen his other inventions, right? The guy was a genius. Plus, can you imagine the look on the faces of soldiers when they rolled this thing onto the battlefield? They'd be like, nope, we're out of here. So what made this crossbow so special? Well, besides its sheer size, Da Vinci incorporated some seriously ingenious design elements. For starters, he ditched the traditional bowstring in favor of a flexible, curved wooden frame. This thing was like a giant spring, capable of storing an insane amount of potential energy. And get this, to make the crossbow easier to transport and assemble, Da Vinci designed it with detachable wheels and a modular construction. That's right, he was thinking about logistics and practicality even back then. Talk about a man ahead of his time. But the real kicker was the crossbow's firing mechanism. Da Vinci envisioned a system of gears, levers, and pulleys that would allow soldiers to draw back and release the massive wooden frame with relative ease. Remember, this thing was designed to launch projectiles over long distances with incredible force. Unfortunately, the giant crossbow never made it past the drawing board. I mean, can you imagine the resources and manpower it would have taken to build this thing during the Renaissance? Still, it's a testament to Da Vinci's boundless imagination and his relentless pursuit of innovation. Okay, from giant crossbows, we're switching gears to something a little more practical but equally ingenious, Leonardo da Vinci's water-lifting device. You know, sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the flashy inventions, but Da Vinci also had a knack for tackling everyday problems with his engineering prowess. And let's be real, what's more fundamental than water? Da Vinci recognized the importance of efficient irrigation, especially in a time when agriculture was everything. So, he set his mind to designing a device that could lift water from rivers and canals to irrigate crops and supply water to towns and cities. Now you might be thinking, water-lifting devices existed before Da Vinci, right? And you'd be right. But of course, Da Vinci's designs took things to the next level. He was all about maximizing efficiency and minimizing effort. So, what was the secret sauce behind Da Vinci's water-lifting device? Well, it all came down to a simple yet ingenious mechanism, the Archimedes screw. Now, this wasn't something Da Vinci invented himself, it had been around for centuries. But true to form, he saw its potential and adapted it in a way that was both practical and revolutionary. Picture this, a large screw enclosed within a cylindrical tube. As the screw rotates, either powered by hand or by animals, it scoops up water from the source and carries it upward along its threads. It's like a continuous spiral staircase for water. What's even cooler is that Da Vinci designed his device to be modular and scalable. Need to lift water higher? Just add more screw sections. This flexibility made it adaptable to different environments and water sources. While the giant crossbow might have been a testament to Da Vinci's military ingenuity, the water-lifting device showcased his deep understanding of practical mechanics and his desire to improve everyday life. It's a reminder that even the simplest inventions can have a profound impact on the world. Well, there you have it, folks. We've journeyed through the mind of Leonardo da Vinci, exploring some of his most groundbreaking inventions, from flying machines and armored tanks to robots and giant crossbows. This guy was a true visionary, constantly pushing the boundaries of what was possible during the Renaissance. What blows me away is not just the creativity of his inventions, but the fact that he was envisioning these things centuries before the technology even existed to make them a reality. Talk about being ahead of your time. It makes you wonder what he'd think of the world today, right? So tell me in the comments which of Da Vinci's inventions surprised you the most. Was it the flying machine, the giant crossbow, or maybe something completely different? I'm always up for a good history chat. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive into Leonardo da Vinci's workshop, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell for more mind-blowing history and science content. Until next time, stay curious.